Today I'm going to show you guys how to make your very own vanilla pudding from scratch. Hi, welcome to Cake Mom. I'm Abby, and on this channel I share with you guys some of my favorite tips and techniques as well as recipes to help you with your home baking projects. If you're new or haven't already, please consider subscribing to my channel and hitting the notifications bell so that you can see when I post my next video. So today I wanted to teach you something that is absolutely 100% more delicious than the store-bought version in those little boxes of pudding mix. So here it is. As always, the recipe will be in the description below, but here's everything you will need for this vanilla pudding. Butter, egg yolks, sugar, cornstarch, salt, vanilla, and whole milk. So vanilla pudding is also known as pastry cream to the pastry artists of the world. So if you're filling a cake with pastry cream, this is the recipe you want. So we're going to start with separating eggs. Now, a lot of you have tried all these different ways to separate your eggs with your egg shells, and then you end up getting yolk in your egg whites and ruining the whole thing. So I'm going to show you a foolproof way of making this happen. So you're going to want 3 bowls. One to put your yolks in, one to put your whites in, and one to crack each egg, because as my mom always said, you could throw away one egg white, but if you crack all of the egg whites and then mess up the very last one, your whole bowl of egg whites is ruined, and you can use these for something else. So, my favorite way of doing this is actually to crack an egg and drop it into my other hand. Don't be wearing jewelry when you do this because you'll break your egg yolk. And then with your fingers slightly apart, let the egg white slide through, and there's your yolk. Don't think that these egg whites are wasted. You can use these for so many things. I'm gonna use them for an angel food cake later, but if you're not gonna use them right away, you can actually freeze these in an ice cube tray, pop them out, throw them in a Ziploc bag, and they can stay in the freezer until you're ready to use them. When you're ready to use them, you just thaw them out and use them like a regular egg white. So don't throw them away. So what we're gonna do here is we're going to make a yolk mixture with some of these ingredients. Then we're going to add hot milk to that yolk mixture, and then that will become our pudding mix that we then cook until it's thick and bubbly, and then we add the final ingredients, which are the butter and the vanilla. So, step 1, you're going to want to scald your milk. This is right before simmering. It's when it starts to bubble just around the edge of the pot. That is hot enough for what we need it for. So get it to that point and then turn it off. So now that your milk is hot, we're going to go ahead and make the yolk mixture, which is going to be your egg yolks, granulated sugar, cornstarch, and salt. That's all the ingredients we need for right now. So I'll set these aside. So actually you can just whisk them all into a kind of large bowl. You just want to give it a really good whisk until there are no lumps left and it's kind of lightened a little bit in color. So next we're going to do a technique called tempering. Now this is because we don't want to cook the egg yolks. You don't want curdled egg yolk. So what you're going to do is add a little bit of the hot mixture into the cold mixture at a time until you raise the temperature of this to match the temperature of your hot milk, because you don't want to curdle your eggs. It's very important. You just want to add about a cup of your hot mixture into your cold mixture, and you want to whisk it while you're doing it, because if your hot mixture sits on your cold mixture, it'll cook it. You don't want to do that. Before you add any more, make sure that's very well combined. And now add another scoop. And you're just going to repeat that until your cool mixture is the same temperature as your warm mixture. Then you're going to combine it all together. So at this point, if you're not worried about any curdled egg, you pour this into your pot. But I like to be triple sure that I don't have any clumps in my pudding. So I take a strainer of some kind. This is the one I have. And I will strain this mixture back into my pot. I did rinse my pot out after I poured the milk, just to make sure I didn't have any milk clumps. So now it's time to cook your pudding. This is where all the magic happens and it gets thick and pudding-like and delicious. But you want to actually do this kind of low and slow. So I like to cook this on about medium and I stir it constantly, making sure I'm scraping the sides and the bottom so I don't end up with any weird chunks. You're going to cook it until it is thick and bubbly and then pull it off the heat. This has cooked until it is thick and it coats your spatula really well, and if you draw through it with your finger, it holds its shape. That's how you know it's done. So personally, I like to make sure there are no lumps in my pastry cream, so I strain it again at this point just to make sure. Okay, so now the time has come to add your last two ingredients. You're going to add some softened butter into this and vanilla. The reason you don't add the vanilla extract before it's cooked is it's mainly alcohol and it'll evaporate off. You'll lose a lot of your taste. If you're using a vanilla bean, add that in when you scald your milk. So once you've given that a really good whisk, you are going to probably want to cool this, especially if you're using it in any kind of cake decorating, any kind of cake filling. You want to cool your pastry cream or vanilla pudding, and this will thicken quite a bit as it cools. But you really don't want to end up with that weird surface like dried milk. So what you're going to do is take plastic wrap and lay it completely down onto the surface of your pudding all the way. And that will keep you from getting that film that dries on the top. So there you go. Now you just cool it until you're ready to use it. All right, there it is, my vanilla pudding recipe. I hope you enjoyed this recipe. If you did, you might also really like this fluffy lemon chiffon cake right here. It's delicious. Go try it out. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel and hit the notifications bell so that you can see when I post my next video. Have a great day.